On March 13, 2020, 60 Minutes Australia released a blasphemous video titled The Second Coming of Donald Trump. Can he become president again? Donald Trump's entrance song at numerous rallies has been the Undertaker theme song, right before he begins a walk onto the stage. Now, the Undertaker is known to resurrect from the dead. He is also called the Demon of Death and the Prince of Darkness. The blogger Donnie Darko has archived the media's foreshadowing of Donald Trump's so-called second coming. On November 8, 2021, The Economist released this article titled The Second Coming of Donald Trump. On January 22nd, the Daily Beast released an article titled Biden's Lack of Toughness Could Lead to the Second Coming of Trump. On November 5, 2021, The Times released an article titled True Believers Start Planning for Trump's Second Coming. On August 21, 2021, during a Trump rally, Representative Mo Brooks declared, "I am pleased to announce the second coming of President Donald J. Trump."
Your next U.S. Senator from Alabama, Mo Brooks. Thank you. I know Mo spoke, but come up and say just a quick word, Mo. He's doing very poorly in the polls. He's only up at about 90%. Come on, Mo.
Thank you, Mr. President, and future President of the United States of America. I'm pleased to announce the second coming of President Donald J. Trump. I'm pleased to announce the second coming of President Donald J. Trump. Go get him, man.
Now, Donald means world ruler in Scottish Gaelic, and Trump means the usurping ace. How fittingly. On the second anniversary of the Great American Eclipse, Donald Trump made the proclamation, quote, "I am the chosen one," unquote.
I am the chosen one. China's made $500 billion. $500 billion. Ripped it out of the United States. And not only that, if you take a look, intellectual property theft, add that to it, and add a lot of other things to it. So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one.
And went on to say the same day that he likened himself to the second coming of God and the King of Israel, which are all extreme blasphemies. The previous year, Trump looked up and watched the great American solar eclipse over the 33rd state, exiting the 33rd parallel. Now, of course, Donald Trump is not a Christian, but somehow this lifelong celebrity actor, who has endless abuse allegations against him, has duped many naive Christian followers. When asked by Frank Luntz if he ever asked God for forgiveness, Trump coldly responded, "That's a tough question," and then went on to promote his pastor, Norman Vincent Peale.
Christian, have you ever asked God for forgiveness? That's a tough question. I don't think in terms of,
I'm a religious person. Shockingly, because people are so shocked when they find this out, I'm Protestant, I'm Presbyterian, and I go to church and I love God and I love my church. And Norman Vincent Peale, the great Norman Vincent Peale was my pastor. The power of positive thinking. Everybody's heard of Norman Vincent Peale. He was so great. He would give a sermon, you never wanted to leave. Sometimes we have sermons, every once in a while we think about leaving a little early, right? Even though we're Christian. Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, Frank, would give a sermon. I'm telling you, I still remember his sermons. It was unbelievable. And what he would do is he'd bring real life situations, modern day situations into the sermon. And you could listen to him all day long. When you left the church, you were disappointed that it was over. He was the greatest guy. And then, you know, he passed away, but he was a great. He wrote The Power of Positive Thinking, which is a great book.
But have you ever asked God for forgiveness?
I'm not sure I have. I just go on and try and do a better job from there. I don't think so. I think if I do something wrong, I think I just try and make it right. I don't bring God into that picture. I don't.
Norman Vincent Peale, of course, was a 33rd degree Freemason of the Scottish Rite. He was revered so much by the Scottish Rite that an oil painting of him sits in the Masonic House of the Temple in Washington, D.C. Freemasons believe in the worship of the self, the lie of the serpent, as opposed to salvation through Jesus Christ. On July 25, 2019, Donald Trump spoke at an event with a Masonic double-headed eagle, rather than the official presidential seal. This was not an accident, but the claim was that the altered seal was a Google-related mistake. The double-headed eagle represents duality, east versus west, male versus female, dark versus light, and out of the manufactured chaos of opposing factors comes order. Order out of chaos, the motto of the 33rd degree of Freemasonry. The double-headed eagle is also an emblem for Trump's international golf. And here the emblem is worn by the most infamous Scottish Rite Mason, 33rd degree Albert Pike. The coat of arms of Russia, coincidentally I'm sure, is also the double-headed eagle. The revelation of the method's chief component is mockery. And in our information world, the cryptocracy mocks the masses through ritualized psychodrama and Masonic symbolism, and the so-called second coming of Donald Trump is the ultimate blasphemy.